नमस्ते। हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। Our today's topic is opium. Myself, Dr. Gaurav Gupta, Assistant Professor, Department of Forensic Medicine and Toxicology, Faculty of Homeopathic Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University. From the last few sessions, we are studying CNS depressants after alcohol or ethanol and methyl alcohol or methanol. Today we are going to start opium, a very commonly abused CNS depressant. So opium, also known as commonly afine, it is a dried juice of the poppy plant, that is Papaver somniferum. It is cultivated in India and other eastern countries, but its cultivation or farming is allowed only under the license. These licenses are provided by the government to farm for the medicinal purpose. The unripe capsule is incised and the white juice collected from it is dried to obtain opium. Ripe and dry poppy capsules contain a trace of opium and are used for their sedative and narcotic action. As the opium has sedative action and narcotic action, so its juice is collected and used for this purpose. Their warm decoction is used locally as a sedative fermentation and poultice. Poppy seed or khaskhas are white, harmless demulcents and nutritive in nature and is used in food. This poppy seed or khaskhas is not harmful, it is not toxic, but it is nutritive and it is used in food or drinks. The oil from the seed is used for cooking purpose. So talking about active ingredients in opium, so there are basically more than 25 alkaloids in opium, and these alkaloids form basically two chemical groups. The one is phenanthrene. In phenanthrene, morphine, codeine, thebaine are included and which are narcotic in nature. And second one is isoquinoline group, which contains piperine and narcotine, which have mild analgesic effect but doesn't have any narcotic effect. So opium is classified into three types: natural, semi-synthetic and synthetic type. The natural opioids are morphine, codeine. Semi-synthetic are heroin, hydromorphine, oxymorphone, oxycodone, and synthetic one are meperidine, methadone, levorphenol, tartrate, paregoric, propoxyphene, etc. As you know that opium is a CNS depressant. Basically, these opioids are similar to endorphins. So these activates the natural receptor sites of endorphins and depresses all centers of brain except oculomotor, vomiting, and sweating. It also acts peripherally and acts as an analgesic. Now, the sign and symptoms of opium toxicity or poisoning. So, the local contact of morphine causes erythema, urticaria, and itching, resulting in dermatitis in sensitive person. So, in the sensitive person, it produces dermatitis, erythema, urticaria, and the symptoms appear within half hour of ingestion of opium and within 3 to 4 minutes if injected. So in case of injection, the symptoms appear rapidly within 3 to 4 minutes, while in case of contact or ingestion, they are slightly delayed and comes within half an hour. It first stimulates, then depresses, and finally paralyzes the nerve centers. Firstly, it produces a stage of excitement. This stage is absent in case of large dose. If the large dose is taken, then this stage of excitement is absent. There is increased sense of well-being. Mental activity increases with sense of freedom from anxiety. Patient become very talkative. He become restless and even hallucinated. There is flushing of face and patient may also become maniacal. Second stage is stage of stupor, where patient or victim feels headache, nausea, vomiting. There is incapacity for exertion. A sense of weight is felt in limbs with giddiness and drowsiness. The victim lies motionless with closed eyes as if he is in a sound sleep, he is in a deep sleep from which he may be aroused at first, he may be wakened, but with the time he soon passes into stupor and coma. Pupils are contracted, face and lips become cyanosed. There is sensation of itching all over the skin, but the pulse and respiration are normal. In the third stage, that is stage of coma, the patient passes into deep coma, from which it is very difficult to arouse him. The muscle becomes very flaccid and relaxed, and all reflexes are abolished or absent. The face becomes pale, and his conjunctiva become congested. Pupils become contracted to pinpoint size, and they do not react to the light. Pupils are dilated during the agonal asphyxial phase caused by respiratory depression. So during the respiratory depression, there is asphyxial phase where pupils become dilated. Otherwise, the pupils are contracted to pinpoint size. And after this respiratory depression, patient may ultimately go into paralytic stage. All the secretions become absent except sweat with cold skin. So the skin becomes cold and sweating is profuse. Temperature becomes abnormal. Patient develops hypotension with slow pulse and breathing becomes slow and stertorous, and the breathing may reduce to 3 to 4 minutes. There may be odor of opium in breath. In case of fatal termination, if this stage of coma ends in the death, then lividity of the surface increases with slow, irregular, and imperceptible pulse. Respiration becomes Chinese stroke-like, that is, patient's respiration decreases, and for a moment become absent, then again increases. This is Chinese stroke respiration type, and finally dies from asphyxia in deep coma. So this session is powered by digital version 2.0 by Jyoti Vidyapeeth, Women's University. I hope you are very satisfied with the digital session. The topic is clear to you, but if you have any query or any doubt, please mention in comment box, so I will try to resolve them. Thank you.